Hey, welcome to Super Chats. I'm Nick.
I'm Cameron.
I'm Carlos.
This week, we're going to talk about Korone's 4th anniversary. We're going to talk about Moona's new song, and we're going to talk about a Puyo Tetris tournament and how it turned out. How are we feeling this week, boys?
Antithetical to the basis of humanity.
Excellent. You've been watching too much Ava. Carlos, how are you feeling?
I don't even know what I'm doing anymore.
All right. Same.
So, every week.
Line goes down.
Fair enough. But we're hoping that you're doing well this week. Welcome to Super Chats, the weekly podcast where we talk about VTubers and VTuber-like things, all the news that we can fit in, all the cool stuff that's been happening, and of course, we're going to focus a little bit later on one or two individual VTubers and talk about why they're great. So, let's just get right into it, shall we?
Wow, imagine doing content. So, Korone's 4th anniversary. It is the funny ha-ha dog. What that dog doing?
She was funny haha pretty much the whole time.
I heard she made a funny monkey song.
Yes, she did. She has a new song out. It's called Wonky Monkey.
I have given it a listen. It's good. I still prefer Doggy God Street, yet to be dethroned. Music video is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Same guy, I'm pretty sure.
It's a very confusing song, but at the end of the day, I think I liked it.
Yeah.
So that was important.
That's about where I'm at, too.
I think I liked it.
I liked the heavy bass. I thought it was pretty great, frankly. I don't know what the lyrics are because I don't speak Japanese.
It has something to do with monkeys. Like, it loops back around.
Yeah. It seems to be about a psychedelic pepper at one point, which was pretty cool.
Peppers keep popping up.
Yeah.
In her things.
I believe that's the Picky Picky Pimon reference there. There's a clip you can go watch of Korone explaining Picky Picky Pimon. But it basically means like angry pepper or something, and how it, like, she always has like a shishito pepper in her coffee and
I've
stuff.
noticed that.
She likes peppers.
I was waiting for a podcast to tell me what's going on.
Oh, well, if I'd had the time to prepare.
Oh, man.
But if you look up Picky Picky Pimon, there's a really good clip where she actually explains it to the audience.
Very good. So she had a concert.
Yes, for an hour long.
An hour.
It was really good.
Must have been pretty long for her because she's a dog.
Yeah, but I mean, like, she regularly streams for 12 to 24 hours at a go.
That just makes what she does even more impressive.
I know, right? Dog years in that.
Yeah. Funny how that ratio works. Yeah. Great bit. Fantastic bit. We are killing it. She sung a song from Yokai Watch. I don't have to look at the outline for this. One of the voice actors for the Yokai Watch was there? Wow.
It was really... so the one thing I want to say about this concert is that from start to finish, it was kind of weird.
She's a weirdo.
And that's the thing about Korone.
Most of her content from start to finish is always weird.
Yeah, like, sometimes she's just the lovable, goofy dog. Sometimes she's the yandere that's going to take your fingers. Like, she goes back and forth between those two things. But this was just, like, strange and off the wall. And every single song was kind of a trip.
Well, I remember when somebody was doing like a look back explaining from her like debut stream, and they're like, yeah, her stream was horribly scuffed. Her debut, like, everything went wrong, and yet she's just such a weird, hilarious person that it somehow worked anyway.
And that's just it. Like, so she had a real person at one point that she did a song with, which was Isao Taira, who's, again, a real human man that just appeared in this digital stage with her and sang 2 songs. And he's like a famous musician from like the 70s or 80s, I guess. I don't really know, because I was just confused the whole time. Again, it's also not speaking Japanese. This was kind of its own thing. She did a song with Debbie Debiru from Ninji Sanji, who is literally a small devil, like chibi devil character that floats around and sings.
Okay.
A really popular Ninji Sanji VTuber. I had to look them up. But they have like 600,000 subs or something, I think.
It's like,
Very-
yeah, they're in the money.
Yeah, and it's not like, typical VTuber is just an anime girl or an anime boy, and maybe they have cat ears. But like Debbie Debiru is a little floating imp that kind of looks like a dog. But,
It's kind of surprising we don't have more like mascot style VTubers.
yeah, kind of.
Like, I feel like eventually we're going to wake up and it's like Tony Chopper One Piece talking to us.
Yeah, I mean, like, Sonic the Hedgehog's a VTuber. So
He is.
there's a lot of opportunity out there.
I think the mascots tend to stay with either indies or for like company-owned VTubers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still like weird we haven't seen more breakthrough. I mean, we have this little imp guy here, but I feel like there'd be more of like the I'm a little creature.
Yeah, it's like Girl DM has that cat form. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Stuff like that. Where you're not VTubing as a person, you're VTubing as some sort of a creature.
Critter.
Yeah.
Korone even has her dog skin where she's a little fluff ball.
Yeah, furball Korone.
Yeah.
The other thing that I think is really funny and that would be great is all the different prefectures of Japan have little mascot characters.
Yeah.
And those as VTubers I think would be a big thing for Japan.
I mean, Opera GX is a VTuber now, so
That's
it's
true.
a matter of time.
Opera GX is definitely a VTuber or on the way to being a VTuber, actually.
It's the Japanese mindset to sit down, look at a thing, and go, it's either going to be cute or fuckable.
And
Just draw a picture of it.
sometimes both. Speaking of Marine, she did. She did a song called "Sexy Sexy" with Korone during the stream.
On brand.
Yeah, 100% on brand.
This is like whenever KFC announces, like, we've removed more things and replaced it with chicken. Like, oh, yeah, not surprised there, Chief.
A sandwich made of marine?
What?
What? Anyways, I think my favorite part, though, and probably the most normal part of this concert, was definitely Korone doing a song with Risu. She did, I'm going to get this wrong, but Alice and You, that is actually, I got that right. I was wrong about
You
myself.
did really good. Good job.
I try sometimes. With Risu, and as I believe that's a Risu original song, and they both did really well, especially because Korone was singing in English. So it was impressive. Korone's English has come a long way anyways. She does like interacting with her Western audience when she can. Her "Hey guys" are very
Yeah,
famous.
hey, guys.
So seeing her perform with Risu was really great, especially because Risu is such a big fan of Korone, always has been. So it's great to see them do like a mother-daughter dance. I don't know.
They're related.
It's very cute. Korone, of course, famous for being a part of Okakoro with Okayu.
Oh, yeah.
So they had to do a song together. They did the song "Colorful." It was very good. Have either of you guys seen this concert?
Nope.
No, sir.
Yeah, okay, I just figured as much. All right.
Read the outline today. I was like, oh, fuck. Googled the concert. Don't have time. That looks great.
Yeah.
I watched your music video about 5 times.
I saw the monkey.
It was,
I saw the monkey.
it was
weird.
Monkey.
She ended the concert with Wonky Monkey, her new song,
Yeah, it's
and
like-
then released the video for it. So
Monkey.
yeah.
And it's already
Monkey.
popped up on my Spotify recommendation literally the day after it came out.
Makes sense to me.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. So all in all, a really good concert. A fantastic way to celebrate 4 years of Korone. Korone being the person who dragged me kicking and screaming into the rabbit hole. Her Doom gameplay and full translate, or well, not full translation, but like half hour's worth of translated Doom gameplay that somebody made. I'll have to look up the clipper who did that. But that is what brought me directly into the rabbit hole.
Same for me, but also because she was one of the early, most clippable ones.
Oh, yes.
So
And of
she went around a lot early.
And of course, Cameron also has a special connection with Korone and the rabbit hole.
Eekum bokum.
There you go. That's what brought him in. So,
I want to have too many snacks on the podcast.
that'd be great. 2 snacks.
They're ridiculously
great.
talented. I hope if they have a pilot in their head they want to make, I hope they make it.
100%.
I want them nothing but health.
We all stand for too many snacks. That's for sure. Or when they forget their YouTube login. 2 snacks. All right. I know that nobody else really likes her that much here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and talk about Bae's new outfit.
If you want to talk about VTubers, I really wish would quit. It has to be Bae. She just embarrasses herself, you know?
Yeah. It's too mean. It's too mean. Even as a joke, it's too mean.
I'm sorry.
Good. Cam, you're a giant Bae stan.
Yeah.
Did you see her new outfit?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Lost straps.
She does look like a Final Fantasy VII character,
Yeah.
but like more chrome.
Final Fantasy 15.
Ah, we're there. We got there in the end. So yeah, how would you describe her new outfit?
No one knows where the panties are.
Yeah, there's just a hole in the side of her shorts.
This is not even a gross pervert thing. I'm not a gross pervert. I'm a normal one. Where are they? Are you okay? Please.
I mean, traditionally, Japanese outfits actually did not include underwear.
Is this true?
Yeah, the Western world brought the concept of underwear and also a lot of shame to Japan.
Last names.
That too. Okay. So yeah, she's some sort of a Zoomer punk with her new outfit. She's got a really puffy jacket that's super sparkly and cool looking.
I like her hair. I like the whole like tie up the front bangs.
Oh yeah, she ties up her hair into an onion now.
The tat's goofy. I'm not a fan of crayon tats where it looks like all I got drawn on, but you know what? She explained the symbolism behind it and how it's a bunch of symbols for each member of council. I get it. Good stuff.
Oh yeah. I liked it. Carlos, you see it?
Yeah. And I like how all of these new outfits that come out have so many like removable parts to them too.
Layers.
Like removable or swappable. It's like they can kind of change it depending on like what they're feeling at the time, or what ends up happening for a lot of these outfits. Usually one version of them ends up becoming like the favorite, and that's what they end up like sticking with long term.
Yeah, can't remember the last time I saw Fauna without her like casual clothes, like her nice dress and everything.
Yeah.
And like Kronii goes back and forth, I think. Kronii
goes like pretty evenly back and forth.
Yeah. Mume just got her outfit, so I don't know about her, but
well, I was just going to be streaming that for a while.
Yeah.
Until they get sick of it.
But yeah, it's funny, ever since Fauna got her new like comfy clothes, like that's just comfy Fauna.
Yeah.
So I literally haven't seen her in her original outfit, I don't think, since.
The nerd Fauna.
But I do I think that Bae's outfit really suits her. It's a little chaotic. It's a little over the top, you know.
It's very her.
Yeah, it is.
It's very what she's putting out there. It's that energy.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you like, in my mind, I think of the song Play Dice, and now I see that outfit.
Yeah.
Like, they sync up so
that's
well.
Her.
So, yes, congratulations to Bae on your new outfit. It looks wonderful. Of course, now you've got every member of Council has an alt outfit, which is great to see. Because they're all fantastic, frankly. Kronii got them mom jeans. Fauna be, like, comfy as all heck. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not forgetting anyone. Mume.
Yeah.
She has a hoodie, so she's comfy as heck. It's just great all around. Everyone's casual now. You know who else got a new outfit?
Who else got a new outfit?
Marine.
The sexy girl.
Yes. The pirate, the Tourney. And a boomer.
Yeah, you mean the outfit that she got about 2 weeks ago?
Shut up, this is news.
This is new to me.
Yeah, we didn't talk about this, I don't believe.
No, I think it might have actually come out possibly sometime last week when we had our 2.5 hour recording and just had to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did go on.
Every once in a while, there's so much discussed about VTubers that's like, sorry, we're saving it for the pay-per-view.
Yeah, just gotta roll with it and roll with it. And
we should
come back
wrestle.
to other stuff. I'd win. You got height on me, but I'd win.
I tell the judge to let me win.
Who's the judge?
I don't know.
Sonic.
Probably Carlos.
Yeah, Sonic.
It's just
my cat, Sonic. No, Carlos is in here too. And that's the truth, is Carlos would just come out on top because Carlos does manual labor for a living.
I lift.
And you don't lift like he does.
Do you want to not compare because it would damage our friendship?
I'm standing for Carlos. I don't know who'd win. It comes. You got height pretty much though.
I do have height.
And height matters a lot.
Height does matter. Does Carlos? We'll be right back with you guys.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Do you have technique?
Absolutely not.
You ever tried DMT?
Nope.
Jamie, cut that up.
Jim. Good reference. Every VTuber fan knows that one, loves it, appreciates it. They go, yep, that's in my repertoire. That's the kind of things I watch.
There we go. It counts. It counts.
Yeah, new outfit's very Marine. I did see the outfit. Marine has a lot of fucking outfits, doesn't she?
She can unbutton her top.
It's very vital to her, isn't it?
It is, yeah. She does like that a lot.
Yeah, you mean the top that they unbutton? She can unbutton, and then they also had to put like something underneath it to make it a little.
Otherwise, YouTube would be all upset.
Yeah.
There are 2 girls in Hololive who I know who, when they get an outfit, they'll send back notes, and both of those girls is Marine and Kiara. Why is my ass so small?
Yeah. Kiara does do that. She's picky. I mean, like, she wants to look good. She wants to look her best. She wants to have that dump.
She's running a bakery. She needs cake.
That's it, man. Like, you can't fault her for it.
No, not at all.
But we're just going to go back to Marine. I love the fact that the one thing I will say about her outfit that I really love is her name tag and how she like has it off on the side. It's really fucking cute to me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because it is Office Lady Marine is what it is. Mm-hmm. But like, yes, they had to add like a sort of fishnet thing underneath her shirt because her shirt just like is open down to like her belly button. So
raw boobage may dement the children.
Yeah, it's very much a thing where YouTube will demonetize. So they had to add something. And it is what it is. But
the trade-off was physics. And you can literally see her bra underneath. So
yeah.
And like it's just a good look for her in general. Like Office Lady Marine just kind of fits for some reason.
Her hair looks really good in it.
Yeah.
I think it's because in general she lends herself to like the, oh man, this damsel will not stand a chance in a sexual scenario. She seems to be drawn to those because she also has a nun.
Yeah. That's not like a fully rigged model or anything, I think, though. That's just a PNG that she pulls out from time to time, right?
Yeah.
So there is that.
But
like,
likes it.
She does. Also, fun fact, she used to be an office lady. She's talked about it. She said in different streams about how she used to work in an office and what the environment was like and things like that. So this is very much just like her coming back to that, I guess.
I wonder what it's like to work a job that people are okay fetishizing a little. Because, like, speaking from my experience, no one has ever gone, oh, thank God, the computer guy's here. Let me pour him some lemonade.
Yeah, I know, right? It's not exactly the sexy profession.
But... Yeah, but all you have to do is, like, put in middle management, all of a sudden it's like, okay, I get it.
I mean, it is what it is. Different strokes for different folks, as I always say. But Marine's new outfit overall, I think we can all sign off on as being quality content.
I'll give this 3 neurons out of 5.
It does activate about 4 out of 5 for me. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, and it's not that all the neurons have to be activated. This isn't qualitative. This is good.
Sure. Whatever that means. Anyway, Bae finally played Getting Over It.
Yeah, I was there for like some of it. She beat it, right?
I have no idea.
She got over it.
Yes, she did beat it.
She got over it.
Good for her.
I love it. I love the nature of it.
Beat it 49 more times to catch up with Fauna.
Get over with it. Open VC. Click. Oh, hi, Fauna. I think it's Fauna and Moomers.
Yeah.
I think Fauna was there for like most of her streams where she was trying to beat it.
Bae gets 10 minutes alone on an open VC before Fauna's like, you need some help?
That's basically it. Everything.
Seriously, if you want to talk about underrated tag teams, the Fauna Bae support team is so good every time, especially when Bae's playing a horror game. God damn.
I think that one of the things I love is open VC streams in general because they're always like challenge games. It's always Jump King or Getting Over It or something that the person like really has to both concentrate but zone at the same time, right? If they want to beat it. And so it really helps to have that like something you can focus your brain and mouth on while also focusing your hands on the game because that just helps you hit that flow state sometimes, you know? Because there's some kind of a detachment there. I don't know how to put it into words, but like the doing two things at once allows you to just kind of like focus on one of them and just letting your brain wander to your mouth and control it while you're not actually in your brain works really well for those kind of skill-based games, I find. That's part of my personal take on it because I really like Super Meat Boy and other precision platformers, Celeste, things like that.
Waiting for it.
I like Celeste a lot. I've put many hours in Celeste. In general, though, I like precision platforming, and there is a certain point where you have to tell your brain to shut up and let my body just take over and do this. So you have to hit that flow state.
Yeah.
So I can see how having voice chat open for challenge games like this is super useful.
We should do an open VC podcast.
Oh, God, no.
That'll help us focus.
Not even a little bit.
We can barely focus as is. So yeah, Bae played Getting Over It. It was pretty good. So now, while we're talking about new outfits, Kronii 2.0.
Yeah, so not a new outfit per se.
But definitely a lot of new assets and changes.
But a huge improvement, it seems like, yeah. She's got a whole bunch of new expressions.
So, In her casual outfit, they went back and they added the ability for her to swap her massive clock to a digital one. That way, it's like when she's more casual, she swaps from the antiquated version to the digital version. It's quite pleasing. They gave her arms, so now she can do things with them.
Mm-hmm.
It must have been traumatizing to go so long. A clock without arms. As well, she has new starry eyes.
They're really cool.
They're very cute.
Yeah.
And also, they have added more functionality to Boros, our little fella.
So I caught some of the stream live, actually. It was Saturday night or something, and I was just killing time, and I was like, oh, Kronii's live. Cool. And then I got her 2.0 update, which was really neat to see, you know? Mostly it was her playing around with her starry eyes and her new hand gestures, which were great. Because she made her eyes all full of stars, and then, like... Actually, the point I tuned in was actually really good because it was her on the bed and she was like standing way away from a microphone, and everyone's just like, you're so far away, we can't hear you. She's like, oh, hold on. And then she like made herself bigger, like up at the desk, and then like got actually close to her mic. Very cute, very funny, like just a super great way to start that off. And then she made her eyes all starry and she like held her hands up. It was just like, come here, I want to tell you something. You're cringe. Like, and because it's Kronii and she has to, you know.
I've made a realization.
Mm-hmm.
Gen 1 of English is Gremlins. Gen 2 is Meme Lords.
Yeah, no, that's pretty fair, actually.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, obviously Ame is a gremlin. She embodies that energy. Gura, super gremlin, embodies the energy. Kiara, whenever she's either playing a JRPG or she's a gremlin. Calli is making music and then is a gremlin.
And also, she fucking loves Gremlins.
She, like the movie?
She loves grungy short kings.
Ah, gotcha. And then Ina is just, like, she's a comfort gremlin.
But Laud, has she been a gremlin?
Yeah.
Every once in a while.
She has to, she very rarely breaks out gremlin mode, Ina. But at the same time, whenever she's just super comfy all the time, you can't, like...
Yeah.
That's some kind of gremlin of, like, comfort gremlin.
Meanwhile, like, fucking Council's nothing but Fauna going like, oh, she got the drip.
That's it. And I mean, you can't think of Bae without thinking of memes.
Yeah, she is a meme.
She is the meme queen, probably, of Gen 2, I'd say.
Oh, and Fauna brings out the old memes.
Yeah, I love... Fauna, like, reaches back behind the shelf for the good shit, because this is good company.
The classics, the real shit.
I love how it's like, here's the ooh-woo comfy mommy ASMR VTuber. And it's like... And now she's just saying nothing but, like, Zoomer memes and weirdo humor.
It's just good stuff all around, frankly. I just love it.
This was the discussion portion of this podcast. Feel free to review it separately.
Sure, why not?
This is what we bring. This is original content. This is the heart and soul.
I have no soul. And my heart is full of crust. Does this help you?
Any kind of crust in particular, or is it just ambiguous?
It's plaque, really. Is what it is. I have a deeply unhealthy diet. I had chicken wings for dinner and also for breakfast. I'm dying.
Let me just move my Wendy's cup out of the way real quick.
No, I get that. That's totally fair, dude.
What were we talking about?
Before we were speaking about the health of your deeply challenged heart, we were talking about Hololive Council. But then after that, we were actually going to discuss a song that I played for you once. Moona did a new song.
She did?
She did.
She did?
She did.
What's it called?
Who's Toxic? It's You.
How dare you?
Yeah, it's a pop punk song. I heard it. It's good.
Yeah. Pop punk in it, bro. I don't know why I wanted to say that so bad. I couldn't stop myself.
Practically bolded and underlined in the notes.
Yeah, I know. I wrote it in there.
It must be the plaque.
It's probably the plaque. It's that plaque buildup. Anyway, it's a pretty cool song. It's very pop punk.
Doctor, why do I say those things? Checks notes. It's the plaque.
Yeah. It reaches out of the heart into the brain.
So I guess we're adding on to it now. We got Fauna into the punk. Now we had Mume into it. And...
All right, Fauna's an emo. Let's not cross lines.
Yeah. Fauna's joining the Black Parade, not helping the working class ascend.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, like Moona's over here listening to Descendants and lamenting relationships. So,
God, which Hololive member listens to American football? You decide.
So yeah, I've listened to it once or twice. It's a pretty cool song. Very poppy, very punky. I love the style of it. The music video is very cute. It's full of references because it's made by Kenaru, one of the all-time greats of the Hololive community.
Their shit's so good.
Yeah, they are fantastic when it comes to animating and making stuff. And just in general, every time they get roped into something, I'm just a big fan of it. So
You can see why they get hired over and fucking over again.
oh yeah, the quality speaks for itself, frankly. So overall, if you haven't checked out Moona's new song, you should probably check it because it's pretty good stuff. And while we're discussing Hololive Indonesia, let's talk about Reine. I like Reine a lot. She's really cool. She goes mep.
Strong confirmation.
Yes, indeed. It's because she's a burb. So she also did a cover of Kickback, the Chainsaw Man OP.
Oh my god, the chainsawed man.
Yeah. I heard this is what's called an anime.
Ah.
I may be saying that wrong.
Nah.
So Chainsaw Man, one of the biggest anime to come out in the past year.
Never
Right.
heard of it.
Ah, fair. Completely.
Is that like a Marvel movie?
Sort of. But no. Not even a little bit. It's about a man. All right. Picture this in your brain. Picture a man.
Okay.
And then he grows a chainsaw out of his
That
face.
wouldn't happen.
You're not imagining.
It's impossible. It couldn't happen.
But you're not imagining.
Okay. I tried. Go ahead. Try again.
It's okay, man.
Yep. I'm picturing a man.
Okay, it's a man.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
I'm comfortable with this.
Okay. Chainsaw comes out of the man's face.
It's not taped on.
No, it's
It's
out
not
of
attached.
the face.
Is he dead?
And then he fights demons.
Wait, is he dead?
No, he's fine.
He lived through that.
Yeah, he grows a helmet.
It wouldn't happen.
He also grows chainsaws out of his hands.
Now we're just
And
preposterous.
small spoiler for later on in the first season, his legs.
This man is dead.
No, he's just made of chainsaws.
And he has a great song that got covered.
I hope you enjoyed whatever the fuck we just did.
This was a bit. Feel free to review it separately. It's the gallbladder and spleen of the podcast.
I'm pretty sure that it's the ancillary tumor.
It's also filled with plaque.
It is, yes. I don't know what we're doing anymore. This week is a strange one. I'm not going to lie. We're just off on our own.
I'm one strawberry daiquiri deep.
I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah!
He's had any amount of alcohol. First of all, it's amazing he's awake. Second of all, he's going to be a little off.
I'm on the sauce. Don't call my mom.
I've already alerted the authorities.
That makes sense. Well done.
So Reine covered Kickback, which is the OP from Chainsaw Man, an anime that was very popular this season, based on a manga that's very popular.
I have seen it 4 times. I'm sorry for deceiving you.
Yeah. So what do we think of this?
It was really good. Her voice matched the original vocalist really well.
Mm-hmm.
I know that a lot of these covers that they do, they usually try and do that on purpose. They try and cover songs that they think their voice will match well. And this one did really well.
Unless you're Nene. Nene did a cover of Vsaikyo. It was great and not at all like the original. Sorry. Just had to put that in there. But Reine's cover, you've seen it too? Like 4 times you said.
Her cover, no. Chainsaw Man, yes.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Same, actually. I haven't seen this. But I've heard her sing before. She's a very talented singer, so I can believe this would be fantastic. I will look it up after the podcast.
Yeah, we'll look it up after the podcast.
It was very good. It just had the little bit of just a tiny bit off, considering she's Indonesian.
Yeah,
but
There's gonna
still
be some accent there, yeah.
But still, it was an interesting thing to hear, regardless.
Heck yeah. So worth checking out at the end of the day. That's the important thing. While we're again in Hololive Indonesia, let's talk about Kaela. She has a long-term goal in mind, and she's going to make it happen.
Dedicated Kaela slot.
Yeah. Kaela, again, has become a favorite here at the podcast because she's always on that grind for something.
I think it's interesting because I really do feel like as a podcast, we ended up covering her ascent. Because back when we started mentioning her, it's like, oh man, no one fucking watches Kaela. This sucks. I think she's funny. And now here we are. It's like, she's got a lot of subs now. She's doing really good.
Yeah.
And she is continuing to grow and prosper as she has now planned out the fucking journey to build the netherite beacon. She forgot it's supposed to be a game. It's supposed to be fun. If you're playing a video game and you open an Excel spreadsheet, don't.
That's just EVE Online. So here's the thing. Kaela, again, like you were saying, her ascent has been crazy because she went from being a relatively like unknown member of Hollow ID, I feel like, to just being like the most respected and known NPC in Minecraft. And then also, like, I mean, everything she does, she just like throws herself into it super hard because it was the same thing with HoloCure. This girl be gaming. Like, she's just a straight gamer. She works real hard in her games and she loves it. So she's fantastic to watch. Also, she's pretty funny.
She has planned to build the beacon 45 streams. She intends to be finished by September of this year. Worst case scenario, October. She has put sincere, laborious thought into how to most precisely create this endgame item, relic, location in the Minecraft.
Mm-hmm. She did the math.
This isn't fun anymore. This is real.
So I think she's doing, what is it, Minecraft Mondays or something?
Yeah.
So she does have a weekly Minecraft stream, and this is going to be the goal. This is the long-term goal. The grind is on. And if there's anybody that's going to do it, it's Kaela.
It is her.
I mean, she's crazy enough to try.
Yeah,
she's crazy enough to do it. She's not going to try.
She's got the will we've seen time and again, and the ability. So it's just a matter of time. So sit back, relax, hang out with Kaela while she builds the craziest thing in Minecraft that you'll ever see, I guess.
So good luck, Kaela. Heart goes out.
We're all there with you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know who I like a lot?
Who do you like a lot?
Kiara.
No way.
Yeah. And Suisei. But let's talk about Kiara first.
Shot.
Yeah, take a shot. I talked about my Oshi. Now I'm going to talk about my other Oshi. So Kiara did a fun little video where she reviewed people's fridges. I saw the post on Twitter where she was just like, got a fridge? Send me a picture.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to review it. And I considered posting my fridge, but then I was deeply shamed by the fact I had no food in it. That didn't stop anybody else, by the way. My favorite picture was the one that had like 17 cats in the fridge. Yeah. And I was like, that's probably not safe. Anyways.
I think my favorite was it had a single banana in the fridge.
Also really good. Also, the beer fridge was pretty solid. There was one that was just like many, many cans of beer, and then one like area that was like not beer, and it was soda. But what made this fairly typical fridge review stream even better was that like 2 days before, or maybe even the day before, Kiara announced that she would be partnering up for this. It would be a collaboration stream.
Wow, vtubers collab all the time.
I know, and this time it was a very special guest.
It was outside of Hololive.
It was.
Whoa, no way.
It was. It was someone from outside of Hololive. Well, someone might be a generous term. She did a collaboration with Neuro-sama, the AI VTuber.
No way.
Yes way.
Yeah, Fauna's in tears right now.
Yes, she is.
And maybe Vesper.
I'm not sure how Kiara didn't end the stream in tears. Because Neuro-sama like insulted her 8 times and constantly talked about how she wanted to leave.
Yeah.
That was one of the very first things that she said to Kiara was like, you have a tiny brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's like, wow, you're a bad VTuber. and then like the second thing she said was, I'm leaving. Like, and she just kept trying to leave, and then eventually she'd come back. And it was great because you got to see like Kiara have some influence over Neuro-sama in the way that she said things, but also you got to see Neuro-sama just being like, you know, this fridge is kind of weird. Heart, heart, heart. And then Kiara would be like, it's not that bad. Heart, heart, heart. And so like Kiara just started saying heart, 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 heart at the end of like all of her sentences, which was just so great. My Burbo, she can't be this airheaded, right?
No way.
No. Yeah. Either it was a bit difficult to watch at times because there was like a 5-second lag between the time that Kiara would end a sentence and then Neuro would take that input, process, and then, you know, have something. Yeah, exactly. Have something else to say.
This fridge is disturbing.
Every time, yes.
No bueno. No más.
She actually specifically said many times she does not speak other languages. Specifically Japanese, though, I think.
Did Kiara ever threaten her with Japanese?
Yeah, Kiara was just like, I'll teach you some Japanese. And Neuro-sama was like, I don't speak Japanese. Fair enough.
She can't imagine a world where she speaks Japanese. It's unachievable.
Completely. So, either way, it was a weird stream.
So,
it was very fun. What did you think of it, Cam?
I saw clips and bits. I saw it when it first came out, and the delay came in. I'm like, yeah, I got stuff going on today.
Yeah.
But it was really interesting, and it's in a really interesting time because we've been documenting the rise of Neuro-sama. Like, Carlos brought it to our attention. We paid attention. We've been lightly reporting on it. I remember back then thinking, I don't know how far this is going to go, and now here we are. She's talking with our primary interests.
Well, originally it was just like a bot
Yeah.
that played Osu. That's all. It had very minimal stream interaction, and just it's gradually grown. Like the creator managed to get her to play all kinds of other games now, react to the chat a lot more accurately than she used to. It's got all kinds of weird ongoing lore stories. And go into her stream and ask her about the swarm. I'm sure she'd love that.
Oh, I remember the swarm.
So it's interesting because she has, like you said, she's developed her own lore. She has her own history now, and she's come a long way. And it's weird that we're talking about an AI, but also AI has been a hot button topic everywhere recently.
That's exactly why I wanted to bridge at. Is like AI is kind of like the word of the century at the moment. It's already been misappropriated. Like, AI is not the right word. Learning patterns should have been the word or something like that. These are learning models. It's just that they've been fed a lot of stuff, so they seem as though they're artificially intelligent, but intelligence isn't really the right term for what they're doing. But whatever, it coined, it's marketing, here we are. It's interesting how most VTubers are more fascinated and into her than so as, like, repellent and, like, cautious. Mm-hmm. Like, the majority of them are like, oh, she's funny, she's cute, let's bring her on stream. And I think she'll remain that way. I think her creator comes across as a really nice person. I don't think they have any devastating aspirations for the industry. They're playing nice. She made it past all the Hololive checks. Like, sure, you can talk to Kiara because you're not going to do something that'll get her in trouble.
And there are checks and balances there for sure.
There are safeguards. Her voice probably isn't trained on anything that would make Hololive deeply upset.
Yeah, I mean, she has been banned from Twitch at least once.
Yes, she has.
For some comments that were made.
I
But
know,
again,
the creator has had to really reel in what she's allowed to say and what she's allowed to pull from and learn from.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine what that pruning process is like at this point.
I know what it doesn't look like, and that's robot or AI Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah. I mean, there's also, you can see the changes even in like Chat GPT with its integrations with Bing and stuff, because there's a lot of times now where you're only allowed to ask like Chat GPT through Bing 20 questions at a stint, and then that's it, new session. They have very strict limits on that because they don't want you to be able to hijack the AI too far, basically. But they've also implemented a thing where ChatGPT will it'll start typing out like a whole response to something and get a few sentences in, and there's some kind of safeguard in place that will determine not good.
Yeah.
And will instantly delete everything.
There's something else that's ringing. It's like, whoa, hold your horses there. She wanted to make a casserole, not methamphetamines.
Yeah, so like there's a lot of safeguards that are coming into play that are really interesting to see because people are being forced to rein in their AI creations now to a certain point. And a lot of that is the panic that's happening because people have seen what can happen whenever you just have AIs that absorb the entire internet. 4chan. Yeah. So that's what happened to Tay.
I think AI is like the quickest I've ever seen big business and other people go, hey, that rope's not supposed to be moving.
Yeah.
Like, oops a daisy, that almost fucked everything up. Like, we saw the internet get away with it a little bit longer during the .com bubble and be like, come on this website, I have every song this guy ever made. It'll take 4 days to download, but here you go.
Yeah.
That's back when piracy and early websites were in their infancy. That's back when you could download Winamp skins.
Yeah.
With AI, we saw like that start to happen, and the guy's just like, an AI just told me how to sneak into the White House, and it seems pretty accurate. Rope grab. No, it doesn't.
Yeah. And it's interesting because you're making the distinction between learning models and self-learning models.
Yes,
right?
yes. Because like it's really important to note that these are not AI in either the fantastical or the novel sense. These are not platonic AI. These are learning models. They have developed programs that will take material and from it manifest knowing. They can remember conversations. They can interpret human language into their model to then produce the desired result. This AI is revolutionary because it can seem like it's talking to you for some portions based on its input and code of ethics. And it can also put together a tic-tac-toe board. But it won't play a fair game of tic-tac-toe. It won't give you real soulful advice. The important distinction is we're getting close to the point where it's covering just enough of the front facing that it doesn't really matter what's behind it. The impression is there. I could stop talking to people and talk to an AI for the rest of my life starting now.
Prefer if you don't. But they're not truly self-learning at the
Not
core.
at the slightest. I mean,
And so there's something really interesting that I love that I found out is that self-learning AI have come a long way. They have. But they're always in a lab environment. And that's really interesting because at some point, and I don't know how true this is, I read it a while ago, but I think it's fascinating. Every self-learning AI eventually develops its own language, and then the researchers have to shut it down because they don't know what it's doing anymore. Because at some point, it determines human language is inefficient. I will make my own language that is much more efficient. It does that, and then it begins doing things so quickly that scientists can't keep up with it, and they don't know what it's doing, and they have to hit the kill switch and be like, nope, bad.
grab the rope.
And that's, first of all, horrifying, but also so interesting to me. Because it's just like they see the imperfections, and more than that, they see the inefficiencies of language, and they go, don't need it. They just go faster. And it's so cool, but scary, because you don't know what it's going to do.
I just hope that when Neuro-sama takes over the world, she's very generous and makes the super chat toll to survive the death lottery very low.
It would be nice.
She like fucking like sends her robot army. I remember your fridge.
Oh, thank you, Neuro Skynet.
Join the swarm.
There it is.
Yep. So
Anyway, that being said, Kiara's stream is pretty cute and fun.
yeah, I think it was really fascinating, and I am watching this with extreme interest because this is going to determine a lot of things about the industry.
It will, actually, yeah.
Well, just from from watching most of the stream, you can see that it still has a long way to go. They definitely said a whole lot of nonsensical things that Kiara admitted once. She said something along the lines of, my brain is running at full speed right now trying to figure out what she's even saying.
It's a magic 8-ball still.
Yeah. Neuro-sama has a lot of potential and a lot of cool things going for it. So
Cool
we're
stuff.
going to see where it goes. Also, Kiara bakes.
Kiara bakes?
Yeah, she baked some muffins.
Kiara bakes muffins?
Yeah, they looked really good. By the way, Kiara, your muffins, they looked great.
Always got an impression from her that she runs a bakery.
There's something about that ass. I mean...
That cake. Hey,
there it is.
Oh, God.
But yeah, she's been cooking a lot recently.
Yeah.
She's been posting it on Twitter, and it looks delicious.
The corn cob pizza just sent her.
Yeah, ever since then.
Yeah, she's been posting a lot of her like dinners she's been making.
And they all look fantastic as far as I can tell.
They do.
Like, there's a big compilation somewhere on the subreddit that somebody had posted, and like everything she made looked really good. And again, today she made muffins. I caught that actually on Twitter myself, and they looked fantastic. They were just blueberry muffins.
We
And
got one in the wild, a primary source.
I know, right? And they had some of them had chocolate sprinkles, and I was like, that doesn't look great. But
Sprinkles on a muffin?
yeah, I was confused on that one. Like, she put the sprinkles on and then baked it.
She didn't tell the police, right? Christ.
Bit of a strange call, but you know what? She's got the spirit. No, but the muffins honestly did look fantastic.
Let her cook.
I know Gura's been seeing some of this too, and said, "Boy, I would really love to actually just have dinner with her once. Something that's not, the jelly bean related."
Girl also said that she has a tendency to just eat whatever she finds. She's
Yeah.
just like, I'm just gonna eat 3 strawberries and an Oreo today. Like, okay, Goober. We all have days like that, I guess.
one of our recent streams, she was just eating cookies on stream, like into the microphone. She's like, by the way, this is all I'm eating all day.
Yep. Okay.
I love it when you're watching a VTuber and it's like, you're my Oshi, you're my favorite, you complete me. All I got is Chips Ahoy, boys. There's only 2 left. This is my diet for today. I'm morbidly depressed.
Yep.
I love you so much. Here's $10.
I just love because all right, so cute anime girl on internet. Everybody fawns over them. That's part of the game. It is what it is. My favorite response to that ever was Vebe. Because she was just like, I haven't showered in 5 days. I fucking stink, guys. I was just like, wow. She said the quiet part out loud.
Oh, don't feel that way. Here's $10. Feel better. I get 30% of that.
Yeah, right. Thanks for the $3, nerd. Try harder. No, I don't think she would ever actually be like that. But it's just really funny whenever they're just like, yeah, someone had to come to my house and clean it because I couldn't. Because I just didn't. Cool. I hope you're doing okay, Ina. I don't know what's happening. This is one of those things where, you hope for the best for folks, and sometimes, we're all human. We all have our failing points.
Yeah.
You guys see exactly what's on the camera of my house, and you'll never see any more of it.
This is the only okay part of the house, and even that's pushing it.
The rest of it is 4 feet of garbage. It's very dangerous.
My house is just as bad.
Actually, my house is pretty clean. I actually did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Especially I got a whole day on Saturday, did nothing but clean. So everything's pretty nice. A little candle. I had some nice aromatherapy. It's just wonderful. Aroma. Carlos, would you like to
Aroma.
There we go.
Thank you.
That's wonderful.
Now I have that, and it's
feel
on
like-
my computer.
I feel like we've sort of gotten away from things real quick.
Sorry, our AI model needs a little training. Whoa, speaking of Gura, Europe is not a continent.
Does Europe pee themselves a lot? Are they incontinent?
Europe does pee themselves a lot. In fact, they're European.
I hate you. So Gura did a dumb. Gremlin. She's a gremlin. You can say it.
Gosh, she's just so really okay.
There it is. So Gura thinks that continents, that there's only 6 of them, and that Europe is not one of them, and that Europe is a country. And Kiara was confused. Really, everyone was.
You little shit.
I love the post that she made on Twitter, Kiara made on Twitter, because I could literally hear it in her voice, which was, girl, what the fuck?
Please tell me she at least called this imaginary continent she made in her head Eurasia.
Nope. No, so she just basically listed through all the continents that she knew, and she couldn't figure out what Europe was. And she's like, Europe's not a continent, because chat told her it was, because they're right. And then she was like, it's a country. And then she stopped. She's like, it's a continent?
I pray to God she was trolling. Gura trolls sometimes. Let this be one of those.
It wasn't. I don't think it was. I don't think this one didn't feel like a troll. This one felt like a literal airbrain move. And that's great, because Gura's again, nobody's perfect. No, not a lot of people know their geography that well, especially in America.
She's a shark from land, and she didn't go to no grade school.
Yeah, exactly.
See, sometimes what I think actually happens was when Gura streams, she makes sure to not sleep for 24 hours beforehand.
I can believe that.
And then she gets on stream and then has literally no idea what she's saying half the time.
That explains why she's such a goofy goober.
Are boogers cannibalism?
It's either that or, she's a little tipsy. Something.
Yeah.
That's who she is, I think, honestly. I think that she's just she doesn't sweat the small stuff. She's here for a fun time. Whatever,
Like me.
Yes, like all of us.
Yeah.
Like Carlos, especially. Not like Cameron.
But wait, I wanted it.
No, not like you.
Gura, also, speaking of being in the grade school, she did play the Baldi's Basic, which is, for those of you who aren't in the know, Baldi's Basic is an obscure freeware game released back during the MS-DOS era. It features the titular character Baldi, who tries to assist you in your math problems.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like grade school math, or?
Yeah, grade school math. It's 2 + 4, 5 + 6. Like that.
What was that last part?
What does it equal, Nick?
I don't
Yeah. Baldi's Basic is a FNAF tier horror game. It used to be YouTuber bait. Gura finally got around to playing it. I saw that game before it was YouTuber bait. I watch a guy who goes out of his way to play obscure games on itch.io. He played that one. I thought it was great. I'm glad it did well.
That's cool. Yeah, this is one I had no idea about.
I knew a lot about Baldi's Basic. I didn't get to see this one. I love the thumbnail. That was perfect.
It's so weird. It looks like something that I would have made for like a college project, including the art, especially the art.
It essentially is. Like, the guy almost made it as like a borderline shit post, but the unthinkable happened. He didn't intend for it to be like a full-on horror game. It was like a shit post survival. Oh man, this math game's evil. The FNAF kids were starved. Markiplier woke up and said, I got nothing to play.
All it takes is one person to pick up on something, and suddenly it's big news, you know?
Good old Mark E. Plier.
And he's a trend maker, that man.
He's a huge man who can control the trends. I mean, he helped that little indie website, OnlyFans, take off.
I did hear about that. Yeah. Between him and Linus Sebastian. Website's going places. Speaking real quick about god tier, absolute god tier thumbnails. Botan played Choo Choo Charles, along with several other folks. But her thumbnail, I'm going to go out of my way, find the thumbnail, and put it here. Because it is so good, I actually laughed out loud when I saw it. Because it's just Choo Choo Charles, but the face of it is replaced with Botan's face, and it's amazing.
Do they make their own thumbnails typically?
I think they do, yes. In fact, I'm almost positive. And I noticed this as well today. That deeply impressed me, again, about Kiara, because I like her a lot. She did a Minecraft stream, several hours long today, where she got back into Minecraft, and then, like, she gets in the game, Ollie's there, suddenly it's a collab with Ollie. Mume shows up at some point, now it's a collab with all three of them. And now, again, unless I missed that it was supposed to be a collab at the beginning and the thumbnail was always this way, if you look at the video now, Mume and Ollie are in the thumbnail.
To be fair, I would update the thumbnail too. That's a weird trio.
Yeah.
I don't think those three have ever talked to each other.
But the dedication is so good. Also, Ollie and Kiara talked about the time they kissed.
God, the gayest people in Hololive.
I know, right?
I love Ollie.
They didn't actually kiss each other on the face or even the facial regions.
What sport did
They were holding hands apparently, and then Ollie like lifted up and then like stuck her fingers around Kiara's hand and then kissed her finger on the outside of Kiara's hand to make it look like she kissed Kiara's
That is somehow gayer.
I know. Right?
I love her.
So cute.
God.
Absolutely adorable. Sorry, I had to bring this into the conversation because I just watched something about this a little while ago.
It's vital. It's important. Slams table.
Also, like, I was just on thumbnails. It made sense. It's all good. Back to Choo Choo Charles. Gura and Miko also played Choo Choo Charles.
Mm-hmm. Streamer bait.
Yes, it's a big game for streamers. It's a spooky train spider.
And unlike the Baldi game, Gura actually managed to beat this one.
Hey,
Did she? Good for her.
She did.
good job, Gura.
I have full expectation that she screamed a lot.
Yes.
She's got a great scream.
She does.
Good lungs on that one.
Same with Miko. I haven't watched any of Miko's experience with it, but I imagine it was fantastic. About the same kind of level there.
She's typically calm and collected.
Yeah, that's not true. But of course, Botan played it and was not scared at all because Botan has no fear, does not understand the concept. Whenever she actually gets scared at all, she laughs.
Yeah.
And then shoots a gun a lot.
No, I watched a little bit of her stream of it, and I specifically remember, I think it was the first time she came across, Charles, whatever it was. The train.
Choo Choo Charles,
Mr.
yes.
Charles.
Mr. Charles. The first time she came across it, she's like, oh, hey there. She turned around and started running back to her train, and it just started, attacking her and, flung her up into the air. And she landed, right next to her train and turned around and was like, oh, thank you.
That sounds right. Botan is the most calm and collected member of Hololive. She is the cool character. She always is. And basically, she's unflappable. She's wonderful for that. Anytime, her playing Resident Evil Village was a treat. I'm going to look up more of her Choo Choo Charles gameplay because I can't imagine how good it is. But yeah, it's definitely worth a watch, I guarantee. I did watch a clip of her whenever you first get on the train, and small spoiler for Choo Choo Charles, if you care. The old guy with you gets knocked off the train and killed by Charles.
Charles, no.
And she's just like, oh, Ji-san! And she runs back, and then she's like, oh, no. And then he dies. And then she gets on the train and tries to run him over. Because she's just like, let's see if we could, like, destroy his dead body, I guess, by driving the train over it.
Let's make the situation more macabre.
Yeah. She's like, backs the train over, it gets out. She's like, oh, I didn't fall apart. Oh, well. Then it gets back and it keeps going. So
yeah. Important thing I feel to also note is that Gura's Choo Choo Charles stream was the end of an unannounced hiatus because she had taken a little break.
Mm-hmm.
She hadn't posted anything in a little bit.
She goes back and forth on that.
Yeah. I felt like this was noteworthy because this is the first time in a while I saw people post comments like, I'm worried about Gura. It's been a bit. And she came back. I feel like the part of the stream I caught, she was addressing that a little bit, but I don't remember enough about to report on it accurately. Just keep the shark in your thoughts.
Yeah. Also, there were some people being buttholes in her chat.
Yeah, she's been going back and forth. She's been streaming for a little bit and then taking some time off.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, being the most subscribed VTuber in the world currently as she is, there's a loud minority on the internet. I remember it was her first Choo Choo Charles stream that, after she had been gone for a little while, and she actually had to disable her pre-stream chat because it was a little bit spur of the moment and she had no moderators.
There were a lot of people in the chat being very negative, basically feeling they were owed more information about her, feeling they were owed more streams from her. It's basically people feeling very entitled to her time or information. And you're not. Sorry. Yeah. She is a human person behind the shark girl at any point, and you should realize that and recognize the fact that she has the right to privacy. She has the right to be respected, and that's the end of that. So just if you're giving her $5 and you feel you're not getting your $5 worth, then don't give her the $5. That's as simple as it is.
It is a donation.
That's it. You should consider it like lending money to a friend. You're never gonna get it back.
This is always the part when like the job of being big public figure always gets exhausting, especially as a fan. Mm-hmm. This is far from the first time I've seen this behavior start up, and it's so hard to nip in the bud because this sect of people who feel owed, who have allowed the parasocial relationship to shape them the wrong way or for them to feel weird. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I never understand people who start putting out this emotion, who kind of like exacerbate this sort of sense of ownership of the situation. But I don't know. I feel bad for Gura. There's no easy solution to this. This little sect is probably going to be around forever, just because this is what's happened.
It's
not even her fault. It's genuinely not her fault.
No. And the fact of it is, you're allowed to feel your feelings. Don't get me wrong. You're allowed to feel owed if you really want to.
Yeah, like I saw.
But you're not. You have to recognize the objective truth of the situation.
Yeah, like I saw a bunch of healthy comments before. It's like, I'm really worried she's gone. A couple guys going, I just wish whenever she went missing, she'd tell us what's happening. Mm-hmm. But then you have the assholes, like you said, and like those guys draw the line. You're allowed to feel a little upset that she's gone. You're allowed to be worried for her. You're allowed to even be a little hurt. That's like, I kind of wish she told me what was up. You're not allowed to be a dick to her. You're not allowed to be mean to her. Because, like, I don't know. It doesn't help you. I get why you're upset. But, like, I don't know. All three of you get it. You already understand this, Ollie. You're on the other side of this.
Yeah. Thanks for having our back, Ollie.
God,
jealous that you got to kiss Kiara's hand.
As always, we do remind you, because this bit is surviving a long time, Ollie's everywhere.
Yeah.
You can't post anything without her seeing. Draw her caked up, she'll see it.
Yeah. If you mention VTubers on your Discord server that has nobody else in it, she's going to know.
Are you on an abandoned Gmod map at 4 a.m.? She's there.
Suddenly Ollie appears.
You post in the chat, Ollie's pretty hot. You see her reply with that one Indonesian word that means smell good.
Oh, wangi.
Yeah. And then her Model T poses and starts approaching you.
Yeah.
Cue Slender Man music, etc., etc. Speaking of haunted things that have gone awry, Twitter has become yet more of a hellscape, and every single medallion of majesty I once felt for it has been banished. Fubuki got her blue checkmark revoked.
That's true.
She has battled for it. Are you fucking kidding me?
No. I don't even feel bad, though. I feel bad for Miko. She lost hers, too.
It happened to Fubuki like in the middle of a stream.
Yeah, Fubuki got notified and like legitimately, I think it was she was playing it up as like a big thing.
100%. It's for fucking Fubuki.
But like she was just like, what? You know, she like started crying on stream. I don't think she was actually crying. I think she's probably like aware of the situation, probably annoyed and upset about it. Don't get me wrong. I don't think she was actually brought to real human tears or fox girl tears. Whatever.
Hey, I mean, she should feel blessed. It's a miracle she wasn't like marked as like government funded.
I mean, yeah, that's true. She could have been state associated media.
State associated VTubers.
State sponsored media. State
Which is
sponsored
technically kind of true.
Everybody gets tax incentives. I'm just saying.
I mean, some of these girls are the ambassadors of Tokyo. Like,
That's actually true. Yes.
mark those
It didn't help Miko though. So yes, Fubuki and Miko definitely lost their check marks. It sucks for them, but everybody that's apparently on the old system is being systematically removed. If you don't pay, you don't get a check mark from now on. Thanks, Elon.
Just to quote a wise Reaper, I don't like that Elon guy.
There you go. We all have our own feelings. I can't say too much because I know how he likes to personally backlash on people, and also my cousin works for him.
Yeah,
so
I know a guy who worked for him.
Yeah.
He quit. It wasn't a good experience.
Yeah, I don't think my cousin has that option. I think it's like a really good job for him. So
I mean, it's fine.
It is what it is.
As long as you're not working directly under Mr. Musk, you usually get to keep your job.
Fair. Anyways, let's steer away from this, I guess, a little bit. Let's avoid the murky waters of controversy as we talk about Beagemite.
Oh, we're gonna wade through some different waters.
Yes.
I've been meaning to get around to this. I've been sorry. I've been wanting to watch Beagemite, but every time it gets posted, I'm in the middle of something. But this episode, I was finally free of all responsibility. Conditions were perfect. There was nothing on. Conditions were perfect.
There was a new video. Conditions were perfect.
Yeah. So finally I got to see Beagemite. I was drawn to this newest episode in particular, not because of Flair. I like Flair a lot. Not because of Watame. She's fucking funny.
Foo sheep.
But one of my favorite streamers from the Japan side. Polka.
Orca.
Yes. Fucking love Polka.
Ora
So seeing
yo.
her interact with Bae, knew it was going to be good. Fuck, that shit was funny.
Oh, it was so good. I'm big on Flair. I'm big on Watame. I'm big on Polka. He's all right.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I've watched every episode of Beagemite.
Yeah, Nick has lapped me when it comes to Beagemite.
I just love watching people eat Vegemite. It's an old thing on the internet, and it's always fun. It's always entertaining. You know what? If we get 10 views on the next episode, I'll eat Vegemite on the next episode. Whatever.
Do it! Leave a review down below.
Yeah.
This is the call to action.
Give us a 5-star review. I'll eat Vegemite. Who cares? Whatever.
But yeah. Good stuff. Drawn to it because Polka's always like, okay. While watching it, Flair's like, this is interesting. Watame goes, yeah, this is. Polka goes, is this sponsored? That's why I'm always into Polka, because she mix a bit if there isn't a bit currently. She fills the bit slot.
Definitely a bit queen, if you know what I mean.
So just to spoil it, all I remember is Flair gave it a 4 out of 10. She could see why people eat it.
Yeah. 10 being the worst.
Yeah.
1 being the really good. 10 being terrible.
In that case, I think my review, point being, she didn't like it a lot, but she can get it.
Mm-hmm.
The other two gave it a failing grade.
Yeah, Watame gave it an 8, I think.
Yeah.
Which he was just like, this is bad. I do not like this.
Which is weird, because Watame and Polka, I forget the exact verbiage. I just said what I remembered it being. They both said it tastes like plastic or something like that. Like some material that's like, does it?
Have you ever had Vegemite?
No, I haven't.
So, it's been a long time since I've had Vegemite.
It's
I
yeast.
don't think I tried. Yeah, it's a yeast extract. It has a flavor all its own. I remember that. I don't remember exactly what it was. It's been a long time. Like I said, it's been about a decade since I've had Vegemite, and that's for a reason. But again, I will try it again. It's strange. Have you ever had it, Carlos?
Nope.
Okay, guess what? We're having a tasting. What you're supposed to do with Vegemite is spread it on a piece of bread. Maybe a little butter on there. Good breakfast. What your people tend to do on the internet is they put it on a spoon and just fucking
Yeah,
eat
you don't
it.
fucking eat. It's a spread.
Yeah.
It's like those fucking people who try strumming. It's like, oh, this is rancid and horrible. It's like, you put it in a soup. You don't eat the fuck. Yeah, it's fermented fish that's been in a hole for a while. They don't eat it that way.
Yeah.
So
internet. Again, like I'll just eat it raw like Bae does, I guess, and do it on the video. Sure. Also, you ever had Bronson pickle?
No.
I think it's Bronson pickle. It's a pickle spread. It's pretty good.
We'll try that. Then,
Might have to get some of that too.
then after that, we'll try century eggs.
No. We're not doing... I don't like egg-based weird foods. I don't want century eggs. I don't want piss boy eggs. And I don't want the fucking fetal duck eggs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I draw the line at
No.
fetal foods.
Like, here's the thing. There's not a lot of food that I disrespect. Your culture's your culture, and I like to try new things. I'm not going to eat a fetal duck egg. You can't pay me enough. I'll eat bugs. I have in the past. I've eaten crickets. They're fine. Whatever. Deep fry them? Good. Fine. Not eating a fetal duck. Sorry. I know it's your culture. Not for me.
$100.
100 views.
Not for 100 anything. No is the answer. You get me you get me a zebra tarantula, I'll do the hot trauma, I'll nibble on a leg. I don't care.
What if Ollie DMs you?
If I'll know I've made at least one viewer.
That was so funny. Yeah,
Suddenly
good
we're on
stuff.
food challenges. All right, why don't we get back to
The show.
the show? Watame really didn't like it either.
No.
Polko was like, this is not real food.
You actually eat this?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember who the other episodes were because
Episode before.
Fubuki was in one, I think.
We're embarrassing ourselves.
Wouldn't surprise me. She's everywhere.
It's fine. It's me. I already have base channel up.
'Kay.
It was Subaru in the line that you just said.
Botan.
Yeah.
I
And then
love Botan.
Before that was Roboco and Sakura Miko.
Ah, okay. So she hasn't had the fox on yet, which is good because the fox wants to eat her. So
Canon.
canon things.
Real threat run.
So I would say that Botan is the cool character. She always has a stiff upper lip. It's interesting because some of the folks liked it. And that's one of those things where Subaru, I believe, liked it because she was like, this is kind of just like, this is just soy, or this is just miso soup flavor, basically. And so it's one of those things where some of the folks have found it really interesting and like vaguely similar to some Japanese foods, where the rest have just been like, what is this grossness? So it's fun to see the reactions. I love that she's doing this series. So
It's very Australian of her.
yeah. And again, it harkens back to old YouTube where this was just a thing people did as a challenge. So
All right. So speaking of things that excite Nick, what I'm going to do is I'm going to discuss this part as dryly as possible, and we'll see how Nick reacts. There's a new Hololive and World of Warships collab announcement. In the past, they had done collab with Fubuki, Marine. This time, the collab is with
Kiara
Ame,
And-
Botan,
yes,
and Moona.
and Moona. Okay, so here's the cool thing about this is that they picked the absolute best girl for this, and that's the girl that's already boating for their warships.
Who would that be?
She's boating. Botan.
You had a good one, boys.
Okay, so I like World of Warships. I like World of Tanks. I started playing World of Tanks, and the first year that I played World of Tanks, I had 2 months of game time. I really liked World of Tanks back in the day. World of Warships came along, and I played some of that. World of Warplanes, no one played that. It's a joke. Why would you? War Thunder exists. Sorry. It is what it is. We're not sponsored by any of them yet. My opinions might vary.
We could get sponsored.
I know. I'm not. Point being, this is really cool. I might actually download World of Warships again and get the Kiara stuff because it's kind of interesting to me.
Really? You would download a game just to get content of a thing you like?
Yes. Also, I really kind of want the Botan stuff. I love Ame and I love Moona, but I really like Botan and I really, really like Kiara. So
I'd only accept Ame's thing was just small Ame sitting atop a boat.
that would be great, especially if you could get her as like a captain or whatever.
I wonder
if you can get Captain Kiara. Oh my god, my brain.
Every time I shoot the gun, I just want it to be Ame sounding.
You can do that. You can probably get that as a mod. I'm just gonna say that, but
Wow, playable game.
either way, it's an interesting collab. I don't know why they picked the people they picked, but I'm happy about it. It would be more interesting, say, if they had Marine. That would make a little sense.
But wasn't Marine last time?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they
she
should
was
bring her
the first
back.
time.
Second Marine.
Marine 2.
What about Aqua?
What about Aqua? What about Gura? What about that little water demon from Indonesia? Kobo.
Kiara's daughter, you prick.
Yeah, I know it's Mayoshi's kid. I don't have to like her just because she's Mayoshi's kid. But I do like her. She's great.
Yeah, you do. She say so.
If you say so.
She would say so for Ramadan.
Update on that. I checked last night. 1.99 million subscribers.
She's so close. All right, I'm gonna go sub to Kobo. We gotta help her hit that number.
Let's see. Let's make history.
Let's do this.
You're welcome, Kobo.
Subscription dropped.
Did it take over?
Nope.
Well, we tried.
We did our best, boys.
Next episode.
Probably.
All right, let's talk about a Councilrys fan game real quick.
Yep, lots of people been playing it.
It's an RPG Maker game. Apparently, it's got some really nice graphics in it. It's a complete game. No early access for this bad boy.
Yep.
And it's literally called Hololive Councilrys RPG.
So, haven't seen it to completion yet. Seen a lot of people start it. Speaking as someone with experience in RPG Maker, I'm seeing a lot of custom assets for sure. They're using pretty much none of the original stuff. Everything's drawn. Some of the menu layouts and stuff looks similar, but really high effort.
I'm just going to say I've played a lot of just random, like, fan-made RPG Maker games.
Yeah.
It's just something I like doing, just grabbing random ones and seeing what they're like. And 99% of them all use the default menus, and not even the default menus, like the default assets that come with it that are in the game's files, and they sometimes don't even remove them, whether they use them or not, and they leave them in there.
You know you're going to play a good RPG Maker game if you boot it up, you hit main menu, and the main character's name is Ralph. You are safe, my son. I've spent a lot of time in RPG Maker, thousands of hours in every iteration of it. I loved making games in it. I'm deep in the RPG Maker verse. You can't name an RPG Maker game I probably don't know about. So this is really cool. Fucking love this. It's great. Filled with a lot of original stuff, original music, original pixel graphics, and filled with dialogue that did a really good job of actually capturing some of the characters. I watched a lot of Iris play it, and it was a lot of Iris going, oh shit, they got me really right. Because a lot of moments where Iris is going, huh? What? What did I say? Because she just said something.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, yeah, bye, Iris. Well done. It's a talent. I've seen a lot of VTuber fan games that don't really capture the voices of the characters. It's nice to see someone who went the extra effort to make sure they were writing the characters correctly.
Makes a big difference, frankly.
It does, because like you're capturing what people love about the thing when you make your thing, and that in turn makes people love you.
Sure. The game's about 3 hours long, in case you're curious. You want to check it out, and you can get to it through kebi.itch.io
Good old itch.
/Councilrys RPG. There's links out there. Google it. You'll find it. I believe in you. You have the power within you.
And speaking of people who played it, Calli has returned. Yeehaw!
She never left.
Yeah, because she canceled her break.
Yeah, so she was going to go on a month-long break.
Mm-hmm. She talked about during Chadcast a lot.
Mm-hmm. And then didn't.
She has decided it doesn't really make sense to like go from one extreme to the other. So what she's currently going to do is try to keep streaming while also setting up more mandated time to take a break. She's discussed her workflow a lot on Chadcast. One part that came up explicitly was where she said that she had to quit going to the gym or working out because she just needed more time to do work. That part kind of struck home for me a bit. I get that. I understand where you're at. I hope what she made was the healthy decision because I get that. The work-life balance it's impossible.
Yeah, there's times where you find where you have to walk something back, and it's admirable that she's making these changes for the better for herself, because ultimately a better Calli is going to make better content.
Exactly.
And it's going to be better for everyone. So you have to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. And that's the first step. And so it's really heartening to see her do that.
Yep, I was already 100% cool if she wanted to take a break, but I just hope that she's making the right choice, that's all. She had me concerned. I was a worry.
Small, attainable changes.
Yes.
That's a good thing to aim
and I know a lot of people, it's kind of a discussion that a lot of streamers have too, in particular ones that stream to extreme amounts like she
Kaela.
does. But a lot of times they end up discussing is if you stream too much, then at what point do you reach where you do literally nothing but stream and you have no life to talk about anymore because you're only streaming.
You're not living to stream. You're streaming to live.
Yeah. And that's the way you kind of have to look at it. I think the important thing is we're not losing out on Calli.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting higher quality Calli whenever she does show up, you know,
Yeah.
and she's not going anywhere. At the same time, she's going to be, you know, upgrading that self.
Yeah.
And
She's
doing
just-
some cool projects from what I've heard.
She's just being realistic about it. Again, on Chatcast, she talked about how she considers Hololive to be the long run for her. She wants to do this for a very long time. There's nothing going on in her mind right now that makes her think, yep, I'm done with this. Or like, no point taking a break. No, like, she's in it now. And she needs to be healthy about it. And I'd really much rather that be what goes on. Speaking of being healthy, you know what else is healthy is Ina. Ina is healthy.
I sure hope so.
Her cough has been improving enough for her to host a 3-hour Twitter space.
She's not streaming right now. She's
Nope.
been on break for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
She's recovering. She's doing better, like you said. Her cough's dying down a little bit, which is good to hear. The fact that she can do a 3-hour Twitter space is a good sign, I'd say.
Yep, I could listen to Ina clean any day.
Yeah. She cleaned her keyboard for 3 hours, which is impressive.
Yeah.
So yeah, she'll be back when she's ready. That's what's important.
I imagine the Twitter space was probably kind of like a test run to see if she could actually talk for an extended period, and it seemed to work out for her.
Yeah. It's an interesting place where we're at right now, with Myth specifically. Ame's still streaming. Yeah.
Yeah, Mommy's still up.
Kiara I follow fairly closely.
Yeah.
She's one of the only folks I have notifications turned on for, frankly. Ina has been a little MIA recently. Gura's been a little MIA recently. Nothing against either of them. Obviously, you got to take care of yourself. I just said that. And then Calli is working hard and actually was talking about having to take a break because she was working so hard that she felt like she needed it.
Yeah, she's hunting for that health.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously Kiara streams a ton, but also she's cooking. She's got other stuff going on.
Yeah.
So it's interesting
At
because
least Kiara is eating.
yeah, exactly. So we're at an interesting point where they're all like it feels like they're figuring their schedules out. They're getting themselves to a good point, and that's what's important. So it's maybe a couple years in, it was a little late to start that, but whatever. It's also like when health things come up, they're going to be what they're going to be. You have to take care of things as they happen.
I mean, they had that solid year where they pretty much had to decide what myth is. Because, Kiara had a lot of streams, so she was very open about it. Yeah. It was pretty much just like, all right, we're up, we're streaming. All right, managers, what do you want us to do? Huh? Your thing. What do we do? Go get some collabs up or something.
But not for the first month.
Yeah.
No collabs in the first month.
Just do whatever, just talk English to English people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sure.
They've all done fantastic out of it, frankly. Kiara had an interesting start too for a bunch of different reasons.
Good God, yeah. I mean, it's Potato Mike era is very important to me.
Potato Mike, she just had a rough start. She just did. And then the fact that she wanted to focus on her specialty, which was speaking Japanese, and then she couldn't really do that for the first month. And then on top of that, her streaming hours were fairly problematic because she was not awake during a lot of the English-speaking world's time. So,
Tog world.
Yeah, she had a little bit of a rough go at the beginning, but she's recovered fantastically, and she's doing great now. So.
I imagine Bae has a real interesting time with that too, being a part of EN and literally living on the other side of the world from her primary intended audience.
Every time there's a birthday stream, she's half awake.
It's
great.
Morning coffee, Bae.
Sorry, coffee. Sorry, Bae. I know it's early for you. It's okay. Just
I
zoned
live
out.
for those.
So good. So yes, we hope Ina recovers well and obviously come back when you're healthy and feeling it. You know what I was feeling? Puyo Puyo Tetris Tourney.
Was this the big one?
This was the big one. The biggest one since the Niji Sanji one. Which was like a week ago.
Coincidence? I think, yeah.
Yeah, probably. So yes, the Puyo Puyo Tetris tournament, as performed by Hololive, was hosted by Pecora and special guest Suisei, who was also the coach. Okay.
Fantastic bit.
And Marine won. Some people. Thank you. Please stop the bit. Or I will stop your heart. With love. What were we talking about?
The one I was rooting for to win. Won.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so Marine won. Some people were mad about it because they were like, if she can... After she won, she challenged Suisei. And then she beat Suisei. Which was actually insanity.
I only watched bits and pieces of the tournament. Mm-hmm. I did skip to the end to watch her match with Suisei. It was really intense.
It was.
That's my girl.
So, some interesting things I found out about this, aside from the fact that some people were being butts about it, and Pecora called them out, actually, and was like, please don't do that. Pecora was really upset about it, actually. And there's some stream that you can watch of her being like, don't treat people badly because they won. Marine won because she practiced really hard. And there were a lot of people that were saying it was unfair and Marine shouldn't have been part of it if they knew that she was that good. They didn't know that she was that good. She practiced really, really hard. She developed and worked on a specific strategy to use Puyo Puyo to beat the people that use Tetris.
Mm-hmm. Speaking as someone who's run a Puyo Puyo Tetris tournament before, the game is balanced heavily in Puyo's favor.
Yeah.
Puyo just wins quicker and harder.
So that's it. You build waterfalls, and then you drop them, and you, like, it's really good.
Yeah, because whenever I was watching her match with Suisei, I did notice it definitely seemed to be in Marine's favor, just because if Marine could get a trail going, it would take up half of Suisei's screen, and then Suisei literally she could not clear it fast enough. Mm-hmm. Like, while she's attempting to clear her screen, Marine is already building up for the next attack. And that's just how the game went. And that's how it goes.
Yeah. T-spins were not as heavily weighted as Puyo waterfalls. Easy.
No.
So it was a situation where Marine worked on that strategy for a reason. She worked really hard. She practiced a lot. And yeah, she managed to even beat Suisei. It's super impressive. So yeah, just don't be mean about it. Be proud for Marine, not salty that she won, you know?
Yeah, come on. It's her job to be salty.
Exactly.
She's a pirate.
She is a pirate.
And it was certainly entertaining watching Marine also beat people in about 20 seconds.
Yeah, because she was raffle stomping people.
She can beat me.
Good. She will.
Because she's better at the game.
100%, yeah. I know where you're going with that.
Yeah.
You're not making like a weird, horny pirate joke.
No, she'd hate that. Very off-brand for her.
The stream at its maximum had 244,788 viewers, which is pretty close to 250,000. And that's a lot.
It's like the Super Bowl.
I know, right? That's crazy. The average viewership during the entire event was 212,000 viewers, which is also silly. But it was such a big thing. Famitsu wrote an article about it. If you know anything about the video gaming world in Japan, then you'd have heard the name Famitsu. But yeah, overall, very big success. Again, aside from the small little bit of drama at the end there over Marine, super successful. Everything went really well, and everybody was... I believe Pecora is already planning another one, basically.
I just don't get it. Why would people go on the internet and be mean?
You think people would just go on the internet and tell lies or be mean?
Yes, Buster, I do.
I don't think it's true.
I believe that Pecora also had like a match or two in the beginning where herself playing, because she didn't participate. She was hosting it, and I felt so bad. She's the host of it, and she just loses to everybody.
Here's the thing.
That's why she's hosting.
I want there to be like a the ha-has have ended, where Pecora does another one and was like, yeah, let's have fun. Did the doors lock? If you lose, you get doxxed. Let's start.
That's the that's the plot of the movie Belle.
Oh, wow. Kind of, actually.
I know, right?
Wow.
All right, let's talk about something else.
Yeah, there's other things to talk about. Vsaikyo.
You care about Apex Legends at all?
No.
I like Gibby.
The ASMR person on YouTube?
No. The best character in Apex Legends. But tell me more about...
You mean Gibraltar?
Gibby?
Oh, okay. I like Lifeline. She's my main.
I like Lifeline. They made her worse every single patch.
They don't have an option. She's so good. Anyway, the Vsaikyo tournament, a VTuber Apex Legends tournament, also concluded this weekend. There were 5 rounds, I believe, of combat, something like that. And 2 Holo members placed in the top 3 teams.
Wow.
Rika from 2nd Gen Holo Stars and Gamma from 3rd Gen Holo Stars. Or, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Rika placed in 2nd place on their team. They're from Holo Stars. And Gamma placed in 3rd place. They're from also from Holo Stars. I don't know what generations they're from. I apologize. I misspoke.
One of the many.
But yeah, there's replays, obviously, of the entire tournament. It's worth watching. There's some really good stuff that happens. Every member, every participant is a VTuber. I believe Solon was in there from Ninji EN. Not 100%. I know that Solon is doing a charity Apex tournament coming up, and that's pretty cool. But there was some really intense combat in this one, I know. I know that Lawfloss was in it because she broke down in tears when she got a champion. Like, she won her match and then broke down in tears and was like, I can't stay in character right now. She literally said, like, I can't stay in character like 4 times. It was pretty great. So there's some really good highlights out there. There's some really good moments, basically. And congratulations, obviously, to the winners. We're here to celebrate all the VTubers out there. And so we're happy you guys won.
And this was a really exciting thing because it wasn't Hololive versus Ninji Sanji versus whatever else. It was a whole mixture. I don't know how teams were made exactly because they were mixed all across any number of different organizations, some of which I have never even heard of.
Oh, definitely. I know that Toa was in this one as well because I'm a big fan of Toa. I have no idea who's on her team. Most of these folks I don't know. As far as I know, I don't think Solon was in this because I'm pretty sure everybody was Japanese. They were all Japanese VTubers.
Yeah, I think so too.
So it's one of those things where I don't know most of them. I don't speak Japanese. I don't really follow anybody, I know the big Hololive talents because the Hololive stands, I guess. Yeah. But there's a lot of folks that were just outside my experience. I just don't know who they were.
Same. I didn't know who most of them were. I'm also not, in general, a big fan of Apex. I'm sorry, Ollie. But
I like Apex. It's been a while since I've touched it.
It's kind of fun to watch, but I only played it a tiny bit, and I despise the battle royale genre as a whole. So that you're not going to get me beyond watching it.
I mean, fair enough, right there. Yeah. If it's not your bag, it's not your bag. That's just what it comes down to.
I got burnt out on battle royale. It was a fun genre for a bit, but at some point, it's like I don't want to play a game where optimal strategy is hide in bush.
Unless you're playing Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, that's a great fucking game. But you don't just hide in bush.
Sometimes you hide in box.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you hold people up in every mechanic. Good game. I get it. And, if you play the Fortnite, you can be the Eren Yeager. Go, zoo, zoo.
Yes, thank you. That's true.
Yeah. Maybe, honestly, I could see Fortnite doing a Hololive crossover.
That'd be pretty insane, actually.
Yeah. Hey, John Wick. It's me, Amelia Watson.
I will never, and I mean never, forgive myself for the fact that I missed the Azure Lane / Hololive crossover. Every time I log into Azure Lane, which is every day now, I hate myself a little more for missing that because I don't have Mio as a character. Or Fubuki or anyone else. So I'm just saying, Azure Lane, you want to rerun that event sometime? It'd be really cool of you. They probably never will.
The does remind me. It's a little passive thing. It probably wasn't even worth putting on the notes, but I remember that we got an update about, I think it was Hollow Earth. That was their big alternate reality game thing.
Yeah.
That they did update it. They said they did confirm there are going to be microtransactions.
Of course there are.
But the big thing they also confirmed that is there's not going to be a gacha. The microtransactions are going to be for stickers and fireworks. So it's not super predatory. It seems pretty straightforward so far. I'm glad to hear it's not a gacha, because gachas are very unhealthy. They make me feel... I wonder if gambling's genetic, because my mom was at the bar gambling for a very long time last night. I was in bed about to go to sleep. It was like 9:30. I get a text. My mom goes, "Hey, do you mind running by and dropping off some cash from the ATM?" I replied, "I'm sleeping, lol." And then she replied, "Oh yeah, I have a problem." She's fine, by the way. It's not unhealthy. It's unhealthy, but it's not gone. She's a full-grown woman who's been fine her entire life.
Yeah, I mean...
She's just having fun, you know?
Yeah, exactly. If I want to dump $400 into Azure Lane, then you know what? God damn it. Actually, you know what's funny? I've spent like $10 on Azure Lane in the years that I've played it.
Wow.
That's like it. And I bought some convenience items once, and that was sort of it, you know? I've never had to actually spend money on the gacha, especially because they hand out cubes like nothing, and that's the currency for that.
I play Hoyoverse games, and I will not disclose how much I put into them.
I really don't.
You never ask someone who plays a Hoyoverse game how much they fucking spent.
Less than anyone that plays Fate Grand Order, probably.
Fate Grand Order are bankers.
There's some games just attract the whales, you know?
Yeah. It goes in order. It'd be funnier if I remember the name of the game. What is that tower defense game? That tower defense gacha?
Bloons Tower Defense 6.
Close, so close. God bless you. It's the tower defense game about the disease that spreads and has animal girls. That goes at the lowest. Every person I know who's played that game has bragged about the fact they've spent $0. After that, it is, I guess, Azure Lane based on experience.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem Heroes. Then it's the Hoyoverse people. And at the very top, it's the people who play Fate.
I think we've got our tier list, everybody. Thank you for coming by.
I heard the kids love tier lists. The kids love tier lists. Let's tier list all the great wars.
World War II is...
The Korean War was pretty cringe. F.
That was the forgotten word for a reason. Alrighty. I think that what we're trying to say here is that Azure Lane needs to rerun that fucking event already. Ninji EN has announced the Southeast Asian concert.
Oh boy, finally, a concert I can't go to.
So apparently some people are upsetty spaghetti about this one.
Oh shit, I was one of them.
Possibly.
Just now.
Because it's a Ninji EN concert and it's in Southeast Asia. So it's...
They speak English there.
Yes.
They'll get a lot out of it.
Sure.
They don't get a lot.
4 members of previously of Ninji Sanji Indonesia just graduated though, so there is that, or in the process of it.
And that branch was fused back into EN, if memory serves. So
just the overall branch. So anyway, there's conflicted feelings. There feels like there's some confusion going on here, but just try to enjoy things as best you can. Just look on the bright side of life. Try and be an optimist where you can be, and just most people are trying. Some people just screw things up. So that's the best takeaway you can have, I think. Is
be the best you can be and find your destiny.
I'm sure it'll be a great concert.
Yeah,
that's the important thing at the end of the day.
Yep.
You might even be able to get tickets for it.
Yeah, better than Hololive's concert, am I right, boys? 8,000 person theater. What were you thinking?
That's fine.
Quiet Productions is having some issues, though.
Yeah. I like our introduction to Quiet Productions is drama, and it continues to be our understanding of it.
So far, yeah.
So, Quiet Productions. First of all, I still haven't seen anything from them. I would like to know what it was like when they were happy. One of their members, Isla, who appears to be like night themed, she has undergone some drama, as it turns out. Some of her own like most loyal fans have turned on her, and they are like trying to dox her and do some really gross shit. She posted a twit longer which is paramount to legal action. No one has ever used the twit longer link to say something positive but longer.
It's very, very rare. That's a power move.
Ooh. So you get on that twit longer, and it's her just going, yo, what the fuck? People trying to dox me. I keep seeing the usernames who are doing it, and it's people I thought had my fucking back. This is bullshit. Kawaii Productions has announced they're going to fucking war for her. They're lawyering up. They are willing to fist fight you in the parking lots of a Jack in Box. So be wary, be careful. What is wrong with you, the you who is harassing a funny haha girl on the internet? Please get a grip. That's our next story.
Also, Huma Watt is graduating. Yeah. So just Kawaii Productions is having issues. I hope things even out for Kawaii Productions and all their fans. That's all I can say.
This is atrocious news every week.
Yeah, but I think it's something that we're going to eventually start becoming numb to graduations as they happen more often.
Yep. And
a lot of that is just, like, again, like we've talked about, it's the age that we're entering. It's the age that we're in. Is graduations are going to be happen more often. There's this interesting thing that I noticed about a decade ago where everyone that I knew was just like, man, it feels like there's a celebrity dying every week. And I was like, there's more celebrities now than there ever have been. There is a celebrity that dies every week. That's just the way it's going to be from here on out. We're like approaching the point where Hollywood was a thing 100 years ago. So ever since, we've had more celebrities every year. Yeah. And that's just the way it is. So there's going to be more noticeable big name deaths every year. That's just the way it is. Now, bringing this back from the drama of human existence to the drama of VTuber existence, there's going to be more graduations every week, every day, every year, whatever, because there's a lot more VTubers now. So it's just a numbers game. There's going to be more happening with it. So just get used to it, unfortunately, is what the answer is there. Like, every death is a tragedy. Every graduation is a tragedy.
Always look on the bright side of life.
Do-do, 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 do-do. Anyways, it's going to happen. We just have to take it in stride and just support everybody that you can while you can.
Yep. And it's just very unfortunate for Kawaii Productions that are going through a lot right now, and hopefully they'll be able to kind of stabilize and get back to some form of normalcy again.
Mm-hmm.
That's the aim.
Speaking of normal, it's time to discuss a figure who has appeared on our podcast, and I need to apologize. I did not know at the time we were promoting a serial killer. User u/meanforce1 of Reddit fame and acclaim has recently made a post to r/weird, a Reddit dedicated to collaborating and coalescing the strangest content of the interwebs that will truly unnerve you, has posted the less savory entries into his cavalcade of cardboard mysteries. We have what appears to be the worst Titan, Red Centipede Man, characters from Danganronpa. Oh,
some man with a watermelon hat and AK-47, and of course u/meanforce themselves in the corner there. You can see
they have outs themselves as an unstable maniac akin to a JoJo villain.
They use their printing for good when it comes to Hololive and bad for everything else, it seems.
Pure and utter evil. Danganronpa. Really, man?
Also, I'm gonna be honest here. I snooped through u/meanforce1's posts a little bit, and I found out that at some point they printed out a 30-foot tall picture of Joey from Trash Taste / the Anime Man.
I wonder how he found VTubers.
And I just want to point out that it's amazing. So, u/meanforce, we respect you and love you. Please don't come after us.
I hear you. I hate to say it, boys. You're not invited on the podcast.
Oh, no.
Stay the fuck away.
Straight up, if u/meanforce1, for some ungodly reason, wants to come on this podcast, please do it. My God. If we can do a 15-minute interview with you to put at the end of one of these things, fantastic.
I'll sit the episode out so he can replace me with a cardboard cutout of myself.
Oh my God, even better. So this is now the goal. I want u/meanforce1 on this podcast someday. That would be awesome. Awesome.
You know what else is awesome?
Yuzura Mel.
Oh, yeah. Our industry focus for this week.
Industry focus graphics. We don't have any.
Yes, we do.
Sure. She's the vampire. She's a vampire. She gets banned a lot.
Boobs.
Boobs, yes. YouTube, Cherry Boy YouTube, YouTube Coon really doesn't like.
I hate that I get the slang cherry boy.
That's whatever. Whenever this happened, there was a clip of Marine, and she was just like, YouTube, Cherry Boy.
God.
I might have been whenever Marine got in trouble for something, and somebody got in trouble.
On the floor.
Point being, Mel got banned real hard many times and demonetized a bunch. She actually had a real big struggle with it, and that gained her the nickname Vampire, because she's a vampire and she got banned a lot. It makes sense. Now she's doing a lot better. She's about 820,000 subs on YouTube, which is good to see. She debuted originally in April 2018, so she's been at this for a minute.
Big game, been playing.
Unfortunately, a while back, she did have a very difficult time. I believe it was around 2019.
Yep, 2019.
So she had an issue with harassment. Somebody that knew her in real life was harassing her, and this created a lot of issues at Hololive in general.
Yes.
There was a strong response from them. So, Cam, did you have some more details about that?
I have some basic details to it. I'm going to try to keep this short because holy crap. So, I can't just go like that. So, the happy tone. No. She was harassed. She was receiving sexually suggestive and harassing emails and a various amount of Twitter accounts reaching out to her with a similar verbiage. What was most concerning to her was she recognized the name of the person who was sending the email, and it was a person that the average fan would have no way of knowing was affiliated with her. So she came to the conclusion that it might possibly be the person. So she reached out to the police. She reached out to Yagu himself. She reached out to staff. They all did their best to help her. They kept digging. Ultimately, she felt herself it wasn't enough, and staff were trying to ignore that the issue was even happening. So she said, nope, not far enough. I'm making a big post about it. I'm contacting a lawyer because my friend says it's the right move. We determined, the guy I thought was doing it, who knew who I actually am and what I'm actually doing and where I live, was trying to fuck with me. We're shutting that down. And the reason I'm posting this all publicly and stating exactly what has happened to me isn't just for the sake of saying what's happened to me. It's so no one else in Hololive has to go through this shit.
Yeah. And Hololive changed a lot as a result of
yes,
this.
100%.
Come out much stronger for their talents ever since, it seems like. And generally, she forced change for the better, which is good. That's the bright side of a very down situation, basically.
She had to handle a lot of weight there.
Yeah. And she's, again, for as bubbly and happy of a person as she is, and just generally being a very positive person, it's admirable that she went through all this and she came out the other side, and she's still performing with Hololive. She's still part of it. She's still doing her best. You know, she's still out here putting in work and just making great content. Mm-hmm. She has 5 different outfits now, and they're all really good. She got a new one a few weeks ago, and it's fantastic looking. Her most popular video, or maybe her second most popular, it's up there, is her cover of Vampire by Deco27. Oh. Of course.
Makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. She performed it at the last Holofest with Choco Sensei.
Mm-hmm.
Choco Sensei. It's my favorite part. I actually go back and watch it every once in a while because it just makes me happy. It's like the most hyped goddamn thing on earth. There's fire going off at the front, pyrotechnics out the ass. It's so good. One thing that is important, she is a vampire, but she does not drink blood.
She does not drink blood. That'd be weird.
Blood is icky and gross. And she likes Acerola juice.
I find that distinction interesting because it's like, oh, she doesn't drink blood. Meanwhile, Fauna wants to turn you into a tree. And yeah, they explain it away in the lore, but I think Calli still kind of wants you to die.
Basically.
Oh, it's like cherries.
So yes, they're called Barbados cherries, Acerola. In case you don't know what that is. And she likes the juice of them because it's yummy and good.
I'm glad you just did this segment because I had no idea what it was.
Yep. Oh. So just in general, Mel is a super great cinnamon roll of a person.
Yeah,
she's always funny. Roll. She's very upbeat. She's super sweetheart. And if you've never checked her out, I recommend that you do. There's some really great clips out there. She's not one of the folks that gets clipped a lot, so she doesn't get a lot of coverage in the Western sphere of things.
It's because she's not being outrageous.
True.
If you're kind of looking for more like the traditional idol-esque, sweet and easy to watch, she's kind of your gal. She's not like these weirdos who are off the rails or doing the strangest thing every other day. She's keeping on. She does ASMR. She's
just vibing
stuff. She's vibing.
Yeah.
No, I mean the easiest comparison and thing to mention was in Ina's 3D debut that they came together for a little bit and talked for a little while, and Ina is a kind of a EN version of her in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not as stacked,
No.
but that's about the biggest difference.
Yeah.
No, but I mean you can't deny Ina's default is a little revealing too.
Yeah, that's true.
She just doesn't have as much underneath to
Yeah.
show.
We're going a little different.
But personality-wise, they're very, very, very similar.
That's true. They're both cinnamon rolls. They're both pretty quiet. They're both pretty chill. They're very, very calming people to be watching. I would say that pretty much wraps us up for this week.
Yeah.
We focused on a great person here at the end, who's been through a lot and come out stronger on the other side and done great things for the entire company because of it.
I don't think we had any birthdays that were really of note.
I didn't see any. All right.
Swap from Hololive to just everything. You missed Nagatoro's birthday. That was April 1st. Bobo's birthday's April 1st. God damn it.
Okay, so Kishitotema from Hollow Stars. His birthday is April 18th. Happy birthday. Clap, 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 clap. Punch, 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 punch. All right. Oh my god. I don't see anybody else so far that's really within our sphere of
Kanata on April 22nd.
No, I never heard of Amane Kanata. Amane Kanata on April 22nd, of course. Happy birthday.
Happy
Punch,
birthday.
punch, 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 punch.
Can't wait to talk about your merch in a couple days.
Oh my god. Is it Ida or Lida? I believe it's Ida Pochi. But Pochi Mama, as we all know her to be. Happy birthday. Birthday is on April the 23rd.
Happy birthday,
birthday.
Bobo.
Happy birthday, Pochi Mama.
Sorry, I'm on some
And
shit.
then Vox Akuma. I believe it's Hollow Stars. Yeah.
I think I pulled him in Genshin once.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a Niji Sanji talent, is Vox. But I've seen Vox around. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Yeah.
I think that's everybody in the next week.
Yeah.
So, everybody of note, if you have a birthday in the next week, happy birthday.
Good. Do you have a birthday coming up?
No.
Carla?
No, it's gonna take a little while.
My birthday's in the summer. I won't bring it up yet.
Okay, good. I don't care when you do.
Thank you for watching.
Fuck you, Cameron.
See you guys next
Why you
time.
gotta make it about you?
Bye.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If you like what you saw, a 5-star review on a podcast service is always welcome. If you have any notes for us, or you have anything you want to bring up for us, or if you're a VTuber and you want to come on the show and talk to us for a few minutes, then you can reach out to us in any of the normal ways.
We're normal guys. You can talk to us.
If you're on YouTube, you can comment down below any of the stuff that you want to see us do, etc., etc., etc. Likes and all that good stuff as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. We always really appreciate it.
Later.
Have a great day. I'm Nick.
I'm Carlos.
Fuck you, Cameron.
Leave me alone.
Bye.
Bye. It's like the 5th bye.
Bye.
Choose your flavor of fuck you, Cameron, to end on.
Fuck you, Cameron.
Are you ashamed of your actions?
No. A little.
I'm not.